Hi everyone, it's Denise Reed and welcome back to my channel, Bramble Reed. Now last week we looked at the review for the best air dry clay on a gas stove, and I'm hoping that I'm able to actually recreate a different kind of clay, which will be the air dry porcelain clay with soap, homemade. For the best DIY and fashion content, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you'll be notified when I post a video every Tuesday. I have a Facebook page that is dedicated to DIY crafts, fashion, and home repair that you're able to join. Now it's your turn. So today guys, we're gonna try and recreate air dry clay that I made. I thought it was phenomenal, but I did not keep track of the recipe or the ingredients that I used. So it was a soap clay. So I'm going to use the Dove soap. Now I would recommend you purchase your soap from the dollar store. And I believe I used toilet paper. So we're gonna see, and water, okay? So what I want you to do is first grate down your soap. And for my soap grinds, I use this side of the grinder, not this side. We're gonna take 1 cup of the soap, which 1 bar of soap is basically 1 cup of soap, guys. So once you grate it down, we wanna add 1 cup to our pan, and I'm just gonna put that in. I had measured it and it wasn't quite, so I'm just gonna add all of this in. So now we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of water. I'm gonna do a little bit. Now what I should have done was added less water at this point. So add tablespoons opposed to 1/4 cup. And then once you put it on the stove, add more water if it's not saturated. And you're gonna just let it sit, let it absorb, okay? Now, if you can, use white soap. This is the only soap that we had. And what I'm gonna also do is just add, I can't remember if I put any vinegar in it, but I'm gonna just add a little bit of vinegar just in case. I'm going to put my heat onto medium, and I'm just gonna stir this around. Yeah, this is what happened the last time, because this recipe isn't supposed to be so watery, but I'm just gonna let this melt. Now you're gonna add in your glue. Now remember, if I would have used completely white soap, this would have been completely white batter. And right now my batter is nice and creamy. We're gonna take it off the stove and we're going to add in our cornstarch. Now make sure that you mix the two, the glue and the soap together. I'm just gonna add a little bit of paper in here. And all you do is you just add it like that and mix it up and stir it. Keep stirring it until it dissolves. I think I'm gonna add 10 sheets. Let's see, we'll see what it looks like first. So let's do 5 first, and then we'll go on to the cornstarch, and if we need more, we'll add more. So we just added 1. I put it on top. And that's 1 because it came apart. And now we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of the cornstarch in. I'm going to insert the best air dry clay here and put it in the description if you're interested in trying that clay. Okay guys, so I have put in about 30, I did kind of keep track, 40 sheets. And this is the thickness that I have. It's kind of like a peak. And now I'm gonna add another cup of cornstarch. And I'm gonna put the cornstarch in slowly, not like the full amount. And then we're gonna put the rest of the cornstarch in. We're just gonna see. So guys, the same thing that happened to me the last time when I attempted to make this clay is the same thing that's happening now. I thought that adding the additional cup of corn flour would stiffen it, and it's not. It's still, look at that. It's not even near that texture. So what I've been doing is just adding more toilet paper, and the reason why I'm using toilet paper is to keep the cost of the clay down. Like, I don't want to keep adding more cornstarch, because then it's a higher amount of money. But I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at right now. So it's almost there, but it's not just quite yet. So I'm gonna add another 5 pieces of toilet paper. If it's not where it needs to be, I'm going to add the remaining 1/4 cup of cornstarch and see where that gets us. And one thing I wanted to remind you, remember that when you're adding additional toilet paper, whatever it is that you're using, tissue, make sure that you blend it in. You want it blended in so it's not going to be a clump later on, okay? And then remember that I went and I thinned it out, so it's a 2-ply. If it's a 3-ply, the last one I used was 3-ply. And make sure you split your toilet paper. So I popped it back on the stove, yep. And yeah, it's actually getting better. So I'm just going to try and put it around, and then I think that should be it. My goodness. But you just got to make sure that if you do pop it back on the stove, keep an eye on it, and you're looking for it to stay together. So you see when I turn at the bottom, you see that? That's what you want, okay? And then take it out, and then we'll finish it off. Whew. So the same thing happened with the same recipe. So maybe I need to like alter it and start off knowing that that's the wrong measurements. Anyhow, right now I'm just going to take it out and then start kneading it with some oil, okay? Comment down below if you've watched the best air dry clay video and if you've attempted to make the clay on your own. So I put some oil on my hand, which you missed. And then I added some additional corn flour, and we're just gonna keep massaging this and see if we can get it into the right texture, because it feels kind of right to turn into the clay that I had before. If you feel any bumps and stuff, try and work them out. Finally, guys, this is done. This was challenging, but it feels nice, and you still have it's a little bit sticky still. And here you go, okay? So we're gonna put a date on this one also, and we're going to wait. Try and use this one up in 3 months. Now that we reviewed the best air dry clay on a gas stove, I have written a 9-page guide on different designing platforms to help you get those creative thoughts out of your mind and onto a digital platform. I have included a list of tutorials to help you guys understand that platform better. You can download the guide at the link in the description box. Also, are you looking for a group of creative minds like yourself? Remember, I do have my Facebook page where we'll be sharing and uploading different DIY projects that we've created. Check out the link in the description box. Check out these videos next on how to fade black jeans, and my other video on camouflage pattern painting, and also my upcoming review on chalk paint. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your family and friends.